Kennedy temporarily stopped praying on the field, but then had a change of heart.
Good for you, bro. Stand up for what you believe in and do what you think is right. All right, welcome back, everyone, to IDRYB Reacts. I am Lutch, your host, and today, you can see, might be a little bit different. Hanging out in my room, didn't feel like setting the studio up, and so we're just gonna be chilling and reacting to a video. So without further ado, let's get right into it.
This morning, the Supreme Court hears arguments in one of the most important school prayer cases in more than a decade. That's why you saw a picture of the Supreme Court. It involves a football coach at a small town public high school in Washington State and whether he can say a prayer at midfield after the game. Now, the school district told him he cannot do that because it looks like he's endorsing religion. But the coach says that violates his constitutional rights to express his religious beliefs. Jan Crawford is outside the Supreme Court with more on this story. Jan, good morning. Good to see you.
So immediately, of course, that is, you might expect me as it says atheist on here somewhere. Is it here? Boom. You might think that would cause me to say, yeah, screw that coach. Don't be praying in front of those kids. But you'd be completely wrong. In this country, we have something known as separation of church and state. So as long as the guy is just doing his own thing and not saying, hey, to be part of the team, to be on the starting line, whatever, you've got to do this, then we're all good. If he's telling people they have to do what he's doing, then it's no good. But as they explained it, he's just doing his thing. So back to the stream. Let's see.
Thanks, Gail. Good morning. This case really is about where to draw that line on public school teachers and coaches expressing their religion. As you said, Coach Kennedy said all he wants to do is say a prayer on the field after a game, and it's up to the students whether or not they want to join him. But
and boom, right there. As much as I want the freedom to not have to pray and do all that stuff in schools or in any government place, this guy should also, and everyone else, should have the right to practice and express their own religious beliefs. It's that simple. The line is, are you doing something for you, or are you proselytizing? Are you trying to get other people to do things? And let the guy pray.
School district says he took it too far, and it cost.
How? Well, I'm trying to understand how that's too far, because that is exactly as humble as you would want this to be. He's just
his job.
It started just by myself, just saying a silent prayer by myself out on the 50-yard line.
For years, assistant football coach Joe Kennedy said a short prayer on the field after every game.
So here you see a bunch of people around. But again, if they all are choosing to do that individually. So sorry to interrupt your podcast experience. I just want to remind you, if you're enjoying what you're watching, please hit the like button and subscribe for more content. And if you really love it, there's some support links in the description. I would love if you could help out the channel. And back to the show. There's no issue.
I would just take a knee and thank God.
But soon his players noticed.
After months, a couple of the players asked me, well, what are you doing out there, coach? And I said, I was just thanking God for what you guys did out there. And when they said, can we join? I said, it's a free country.
You didn't ask that.
Exactly. It's a free country. It's a free country. So if you believe in what I think are very dumb ideas and you want to privately engage in those ideas, there is zero issue.
Oh, God,
you
no.
didn't say we're going to pray after the game.
No, the school is they have one rule in their policy that says you cannot encourage nor discourage kids in prayer.
The solitary prayer grew to a large huddle.
Was it in Jesus' name, or was it more of a general prayer?
I would say in your name, because we have kids of all different faiths.
A retired Marine, Kennedy says the on-field prayer is part of what he says is a covenant he made with God to give thanks. But some parents complained.
He is pressuring them to pray. Students, parents.
Again, how? You need to show how him just doing something is pressuring them. If he is teaching them, if he is asking them, saying they have to do, again, all of those things. How? You're making a statement, but you're not backing it up by anything.
Parents came forward and said so much.
The school district in this small town west of Seattle told him in a 2015 letter to stop. Rachel Lazar is head of Americans United for Separation of Church and State, which is supporting the school district.
The coaches are authority.
See, I would bet you that this lady is probably an atheist. She's probably in that, even if she doesn't, consider herself an atheist, she probably falls on that side of the spectrum where she doesn't have a hard belief. And just again, I'm just guessing. I don't know who she is, but this goes to my issue with the way that we treat religion in general, whether you have it or a lack thereof. We treat these things so badly in every instance. Why is this a thing? Let the guy pray. I want to see what the parents were saying and what issue they could possibly have with this that would hold any water with anyone. What could they possibly have said?
Figures, kids admire them, they want to please them. And that's why the courts have been so careful to protect the religious freedom of students.
This is about the game.
Kennedy temporarily stopped praying on the field, but then had a change of heart.
Good for you, bro. Stand up for what you believe in and do what you think is right. Again, I think your beliefs are kind of silly, but I'm just a guy. What right do I have to tell you that you can't do that? And even if I worked at the school, obviously I don't work at the school, but point being, even if I was the superintendent, even if I was the goddamn president, that's not a power that I would hold.
The district to later suspend him. He sued, and the case now sets the stage for a key Supreme Court ruling testing the bounds of the constitutional right to religious freedom. Kennedy says the school district is discriminating against him by prohibiting prayer. The school says it cannot allow the prayer because it would look like it endorsed it. A California-based federal appeals court sided with the district, saying Kennedy was not engaging in private prayer, but instead was engaging in public speech of an overtly religious nature. In the center of the field was students who felt pressured to join him.
And again, if the pressure to let's go get that.
This nature in the center.
So if the parents' letters said something like, he never explicitly said it, but he only starts the guys who will pray with him, or he treats some of the people pray with him, but whoever is on the side, if there's something like that going on, then flips 180, and now we're into that line she talked about earlier. Are you forcing these people to do this? Is the same exact thing. So I want to see those letters, and I want to hear from those students, or at least their parents, before this gets in front of the Supreme Court, who should be hearing things that actually are difficult decisions. This seems pretty easy to me.
The field was students who felt pressured to join him.
Students can huddle all they want, and that's fine, and there's nothing coercive about it. It's when a teacher or a coach gets involved and pressures them, then it becomes coercive.
How should the court draw that line?
The line is prayer. If he wants to go pray on his own, that's fine, even when he's on duty.
That's where the big rub was. They're telling me where I can actually practice my faith, and everybody should be able to practice their faith.
Now, whatever the court decides obviously could go well beyond the football.
So we don't know exactly, we don't know where this is going to go. I certainly hope that this guy wins this case. He deserves to win this case. But this goes to something else that, I really think is an important thing that we don't talk about enough. And, I'm going to make that a separate video, but this is just another case of the institutions taking hold of being the arbiters of morality. The school does not have the place to tell the coach what his beliefs should or should not be. The coach doesn't have the right to impart his beliefs on the players. And so that's where this really comes down. But this seems like a very simple case. Was he pressuring the students, or was he not pressuring the students? If he wasn't pressuring the students, we have freedom of religion. Let the man practice his religion. He's doing it privately, along with all the other students that are also doing it privately. If that's not the case, and he was pressuring the students, then get him out of there, because that's not how we do things. It's very simple. Why is this going to the Supreme Court? If you have any idea, let me know in the comments down below, because I have not a clue. It's not a left or right thing. It's a liberty versus authoritarian thing. It's not an atheist versus Christian thing. It's a freedom versus non-freedom versus, I mean, horror. What is the opposite of that? I mean, it goes as bad as you can think. And that's what we're dealing with. So, I mean, you guys let me know. Should this guy be allowed to pray? Should the school be getting involved? Should the Supreme Court be getting involved? I don't think so. But if you disagree, let me know down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit those support links. Support the channel. I know this isn't as good as the studio downstairs, but hey, start bringing in the money and you'll see some more lights. But of course, it is free to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you just want to sit at home and think about how great I am and how awesome this channel is, you can do that too. Till then, I will see you next time. Peace.